And if you need a tow, call Hometown Towing at 850-265-1562. Hewitt Tire and Auto and Hometown Towing, an unbeatable combination. Airport Road, Panama City.
Well, it's that time of the year again, folks. Yep, Christmas is right around the corner. And to avoid the stress and rush, Tracy's Fine Jewelry is starting our Christmas sale early. That's right, all color gemstone jewelry is on sale now for 60% off. Rubies, emeralds, sapphires, tanzanites, opals, and more. Mark it off your list and lay away now. At Tracy's Fine Jewelry, we love to save you time and money. So avoid the rush and come see us at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. We're Santa Talk.
GSX Lynn W Field, Q Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota. ESPN Northwest Florida. Rise and shine, campers. It's a brand new day.
What a lovely morning.
Good morning, starshine.
You seem happy this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in early.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local. Live from the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub, gonna get you hot tub. I'm gonna make it wet. Stay hot tub, rubber dub and hot tub, rubber dub with me. Shall I get in the hot tub?
Yeah.
Really make me sweat?
Yeah.
Shall I get in the hot tub?
Yeah.
Really make me wet?
Yeah.
Well.
Good morning. Jim Bob, Jason Bob, Wildcat Bob. Hey, Wildcat.
How you doing? Good morning, Coach.
Doing good, man.
All right.
Doing good.
You ready? Big show today. Big.
I gotta go. I have that issue that Glenn has, so I'm gonna have to leave. It's going around. I don't have it, but it's going around. Some kind of bug's going around. It gets you both ways. So be careful. Wash your hands. Watch what you eat.
We got an employee sick today.
Hey, this is Information Network here.
Oh, my God.
Glenn, are you feeling better, buddy?
Right.
Oh, my God. Hey, congratulations to Mosley Dolphins, 9-0. They put a beat down on Guthries, 48-7. I think it might have been 48 at halftime. I can't remember now.
It was at least 35.
Yeah, they're explosive.
Yeah.
Man.
Did you see the stats I put online?
Yes. Share that with everybody out there.
La'Kavian Jackson, if you haven't seen Mosley play, he's number 0. He wears number 0. He's a DB, mostly. But when they put him on offense, it's unbelievable.
Right.
Okay? And I've seen him play in person twice. In the first game, he was okay. He didn't carry the ball very much. But against Niceville, he had like 12 carries for 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
On the season in 8 games. That just doesn't count yesterday. I'm sure he showed out yesterday, too. He has 35 carries in 8 games. He scored 16 times.
Are they saving for the playoffs? It's a secret weapon in the playoffs.
He's got 35 carries for 607 yards.
What's that average out to
17.6. Now, James Hale and I coached some really good running backs and some really good offenses and defenses. It's like we never had anybody even come close to that kind of stuff. I mean, we had,
17 yards at
Jeremy
average.
Hester and
God.
Allen, but 17 yards a carry. Coach Whidden, please play him. Give him the ball like 20 times a game.
Whatever they're doing right. I mean,
oh my God.
Hey, he's the weapon.
If you
wait
score
the playoffs
50% of the time on your rushes, I mean, you got 35 rushes and 16 touchdowns. That's almost scoring on every other play.
Exactly.
I mean,
and granted, some of them were close. They were 20-yard line.
16 yards a carry.
But he's had some long ones too.
That sounds like a receiver.
He's pretty, boy. He's pretty.
When I saw that, I said, that can't be right. I looked towards like, what?
Especially when you're trying to get
Think back, though. You mentioned the ones here. Who were the ones Jamie? No, Jamie was wide receiver. Ray was really good at Cape Coral.
Fred Isaac.
Yeah, Isaac.
We had good ones. I mean, don't get me wrong. We coached some really good people.
What did Isaac run the 100 in? What did he win the state?
10-3. No, he won a 200.
This guy
here,
was a
you
freak,
can talk about running backs. You start with Mac Pittman. I mean, play high.
We
saw the best talent.
That was like a 93.
That Jackson
93,
kid's not like
94.
Isaac. He's not a 10-3 guy. He's just very, very good.
Right.
He's just hard to tackle, and he's very good. He probably weighs about 185, 190 pounds. I mean, he's not a huge guy, but
he can play.
He can play, man.
He's pretty.
And supposedly he's going to Mississippi State.
Roll Tide, baby. We need you. Roll Tide.
But I don't know.
Wait till that NIL money starts rolling around a little bit.
The more, he's going to have a lot more interest, I think, after.
Yeah, I would sure think so.
Yeah. Really, seriously, of all the running backs I've had, though, seriously, the best two, Harry Mose played, last touchdown ever scored in Legion Field, Auburn, Alabama. He played at Auburn as a true freshman. He was a freaking stud. But he got his neck broken, had to wear a halo, never played again after his freshman year. Tony Thompson, leading rusher in the SEC, number 24 when they were in the Sugar Bowl. They were good.
These are all Lake Wales Highlanders there, people.
Yeah. And that just continues. That little town, that county, Polk County, is loaded with football players.
Right.
There's nothing to do. It's in the middle of the state. There's nothing else to do but sports. And tough, hard-working
Lakeland's
people.
turned out some good ones.
You think?
Like 8 kids go to Florida one year.
They turn like that every year.
Yeah,
It's just like boom, boom, boom.
That rainy class.
Do we have Coach on the phone?
Yep.
Maybe.
Hey, is it time to put him down?
Put the Bible down, man.
Call the vet. Tell him it's almost time. Y'all help me pick him up, get him to the car.
Take me behind the bar like old Yeller.
He's starting to growl more, and he just. I don't know what it.
You're going to get us shot.
I took his bullet away this morning before the show. Anyway, Jason, what's going down with Max Fit Sports Nutrition?
We got a lot of new products in. We've got a brand new protein in from Black Magic. It's got some really good flavors. Peanut butter puffs, like a chocolate peanut butter puffs, is really good. We got a blueberry muffin. But we have a free sample of ours, 30 grams of protein, 0 sugar. If you're looking for like a healthy meal replacement, if you're an athlete, mom and pop that wants to drop some body fat but maintain some muscle, it'd be a really, really good product to use. Our organic greens we're still selling a lot of, and our sport formula multivitamins.
Is that in the jar you mix with water? Yeah, I got my out of that. I got to get up there. I keep saying I don't do it.
Are the best vitamins I've found. I'm partial to
that gut thing is really good too.
Those have been backordered for about 2 weeks, and I know a lot of people are upset that they haven't been in, but they should be in probably Tuesday or Wednesday. It's called Good Morning. It's got apple cider vinegar, lemon juice, aloe vera, glutamine. It's got everything to detox your gut, get that acidicness out.
He put the jug down. Now he's got that.
Yeah, there you go. He's got that vanilla iced coffee. That stuff's really good.
Really good.
All right, protein coffee that we offer as well.
Our Port St. Joe update is brought to you by Taco Bell in Port St. Joe. Just like the Rutherford update in Callaway, Taco Bell. Get out to Taco Bell and support them. They're always giving back to communities. Wonderful people down there. They got DoorDash down at Taco Bell in Port St. Joe. Coach Jones loves it. He's down there all the time signing autographs. And let's bring him on right now. Coach Jones, how you doing, sir?
I'm good, guys. How y'all doing?
We are outstanding. Man, we were concerned about Franklin County.
We weren't. I wasn't.
Yeah, we were real.
I picked you.
Jason believed in you. We were like, are you kidding me? No, I'm kidding. I thought, they had one of the best teams they've had in years, maybe ever. And you guys put it together and everything you got going on down there. Was it 42-12?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Ended up 42-12.
Congratulations. Talk about that.
There was a couple key things that they did that we were able to figure out, pick up on, and utilize, especially on defense. Offensively, just trying to find the mismatch and the leverage, depending on what formation we were in. And we had some guys have some really, really good runs. Our running back, Eli Harris, he's not really a running back. He's our third string running back this year. And but the guy we got to go with. But Eli's just gotten better every week from never playing running back to having to be the man. It's pretty nice. When he starts figuring out and seeing the holes and understanding the blocking and how to run behind our linemen. He did a great job the other night.
Now, we know you've had the injuries, had all the situations that's happened there. You just don't see a year, how many things you guys have had to deal with, and hopefully nobody ever sees that again. But you got Sneeze coming up, and Bill's not as good. They're not as good as they've been in the past. He's kind of rebuilding there. What's this matchup look like? What's the matchup, the size difference, the speed? Give us a little breakdown how you guys match up against Sneeds.
Well, for us this year, we've had our ups and downs, but we have yet to play anybody really that's truly just lined up and just ran it down our throat, right? That just said, hey, you're not going to stop us, and we're going to take these 3 or 4 yards every time. we've been very fortunate that we haven't had that happen to us this year. But I will say that Sneeds is one of those teams that I'm scared to death that that's what they can do. That they're going to line up and just say, hey, we're coming right at you, stop us. And we're okay with, are they going to be not having the 10-yard and 15 and 50-yard runs? Are they going to be content with taking those 4-yard plays every down?
What is the difference with Sneeze this year compared to years past? Is it on the defense side of the ball, the offense side of the ball?
Well, one is a running back. I mean, their running back last year signed with Kentucky.
Yeah.
He was pretty good.
Yes, he was.
We had one that signed with West Virginia 2 years before that. He was pretty good too.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I think X's and O's play a big part in it, but then Jimmy's and Joe's, they matter too. And if you don't have them, it doesn't matter what scheme you're running. This makes it really difficult.
Yeah, no doubt. Jim and I were really good coaches, and we had really good players.
Right.
Coach, what's your overall record now? Where you stand, playoff situation, and all that?
So
give us the clue.
So we're 3-4 right now as far as regular season goes, and we're sitting. We went from the 25th place. Right, sitting in the B bracket, all the way to the 19th seed. So we had we jumped 6 spots.
Good.
And actually, when I'm doing the math on trying to figure out where we're going to be, nobody else this whole year has jumped more than 4 spots. So we had a huge jump up to 19, and then kind of depending, with this week and wins and losses, a loss, we're definitely in the B bracket for the playoffs. A win would put us probably in the A bracket.
And what if you went out? That obviously you keep going up higher.
Right. I mean, it's at the point now where we've rescheduled Bluntstown to play them in 2 weeks, with FHSA extending the regular season schedule. So for us, it's kind of one of them. If we feel like we're going to find a way in the A bracket, we need to try and win all 3 games that
Coach,
we have left.
What does it mean when you talk about A and B bracket? For those that don't know, including myself, right. what is the A and B? What does that mean?
So there's 34 teams in Rule 1A, or consider that a rule. And even though I'll be honest with you, there's only about 30 of them really, because some of them are a little bit bigger than what they should be to be in 1A. But anyways, so the top 16 will be in the A bracket, and the next 16 will be in the B bracket. And all they've done is basically say, we're going to make this as competitive as possible, and we're going to give teams that are having down years or historically aren't able to compete, we're going to give them the opportunity to actually have postseason play against teams that are similar to them. So in years past, we've been part of it. You take a team that we put a running clock on in the first round, but that team might have to go to Madison instead. Well, hell, the next week we're getting a running clock on us by Madison.
Right.
Yeah.
So that team doesn't need to go compete with them. You got teams like Osceola last year goes 9-1. Well, they beat Weewa in the first round. They feel great about it. It's their first win in 30 years, first playoff win in 30 years. We put a running clock on them the next week.
Yeah.
Right? But we get beat the next week by Bluntstown by 3. Bluntstown gets a running clock put on them by Hawthorne. What world is so? Think about it. We're the 4th best in there, or 3rd best, but we put a running clock on Osceola. What if Osceola had to go play Hawthorne?
Right.
How bad would that be?
Well, let me ask you. So, you don't have to have a good record to make the playoffs?
No, sir. You have to have your strength of schedule plays a big role in it, and your wins and losses. But if you're a team that goes, like right now, for instance, there's a team that is in the top 7 in the A bracket.
Yeah.
They are 8-0. They're going to wind up 10-0. There's actually multiple ones, but they're going to wind up 10-0. But when you go look at who they played and their strength of schedule isn't as good as some of the other schools.
Right.
And that's the team. What's going to happen is it's almost that team's going to have a pretty good seeding in the playoffs and maybe host. The problem is who they're hosting is going to be a team that's gone 7-3 or 6-4, but has played some tough competition and is probably a better team.
But just for clarity,
Just hasn't.
the B bracket's not like competing for a state championship. It's just the A bracket, correct? That's more like participation, getting into the playoffs, getting a couple extra games under your belt.
Well, I mean, there's still it'll be a. So what I understand is there's an A bracket state championship, and then there's a B bracket championship.
Okay.
How do you get
And you know, and at first I thought I was one of them that said, you know what, I don't want to be in that dang B bracket.
Right.
You know, you don't want to be in that one. But then I realized our job is to coach these kids and to give them the best high school experience they can have, right?
Right.
So what's the best experience? Going in and getting a running clock put on you in the A bracket,
Right.
or hey, go winning 5 games in the B bracket. Those kids at the end of the day, they don't care. They just want to play.
Yeah.
And you think of your seniors, you can extend their year by 5 games, 6 games.
I bet your dad's like me. Just tell us what district you're in. Who do we got to win in the district in the playoffs, and forget all this other strength of schedule and all this crap.
Hey, I wish we had districts. I wish rural is the only one without it.
Well, who the hell's in charge? Is Biden running the thing? Is Biden down here running high school football here in Florida? Good
No. There's some guys that don't. There's some reasons why, and I understand. But you know, if you have the hammer, you know, if you're a team that's good every year and you have the hammer, then you want to have districts because it makes it easier to schedule.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the hammer and you're constantly the nail, well, you don't want districts. And there's enough nails out there with the influence that they've got rid of districts.
I got you.
For us.
I got you.
But anyways, I get jealous when I get to see teams and they're hosting a district championship, or they're saying 4-time district champs, and I'm thinking our kids don't even get to experience that now in rural football.
Yeah. Well, Coach, we ran out of time. Thank you so much for coming on. We'll talk to you next. Well, we won't. Wildcat's going to tell you something in a minute.
No, I already told him.
Okay, good.
I already told him we won't be calling him next Friday.
Yeah, I'll be in New Orleans. Got to go to a wedding, so we will not be on next Friday. But thank you so much for coming on. Good luck to you. Tell Bill I said hello.
Yes, sir, I will.
And your dad.
Yeah, he's okay. I feel Coach Thomas.
All right, get out Taco Bell now.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. Let's talk about some of our great people. Taco Bell, 3 great locations: Panama City Beach, Callaway. All you Rutherford Rams, get out there. Big game tonight, man. Rutherford Bay. Before you go, get down to Taco Bell, have a great time. And all you Tiger Sharks, get out there and Taco Bell, have a great time. Don't forget they do DoorDash, Taco Bell. J. Michael's Restaurant, the best seafood, the coldest beer, the legendary J. Michael's. The special today is crisp fish, grilled fish, peppers and onions, over a bed of rice and special sauce. Go check it out. You'll love it. Richard, I hope you're there today. I'll buy your lunch. South Oak Title Closing, for all your real estate closing, it's Chuck Tucker. You know, they showed something this morning. Guess what a house sold? I think it was on 38. Guess what it sold for?
$3 million.
26 or $28 million. I think it was 26.
Wow.
20. What? How can something cost that much? $26 million for a home?
Location.
Have you seen it?
Location. Yeah.
And somebody's stupid enough to pay for it.
That gold-plated duvet, toilet things that...
I've seen some houses out there.
I guess.
Spray up your...
I just want to know what they do for a living. You know?
Yeah, I want to be friends with them.
Cocaine is a hell of a
Then we give them
drug.
sponsors. Makes a lot of money for them. All right, what were we talking about? South Oak Tire and Closing, Chuck
We
Tucker.
don't know.
All you closing is Chuck Tucker, no doubt about that. Last night we saw David at El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. Had a great time there. David does a great job. They run it. They own it. Right across the street from the Navy base. Karaoke every Thursday night. Great place to have birthday parties this weekend. All the college games. $5 pictures when the games are being played. Lunch specials. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. The legend, shiny man himself, Dr. Chad Mitchell. 25 years on the sidelines of Bay County.
Good job.
I wish somebody just say thank you to him. 25 years on Bay County sidelines. Maybe one day they'll do something
If
for
Tommy
him.
Santam, I'll take care of him, man.
Yeah, well, Tommy know what day it is. No, Tommy was here yesterday. Did a great job as usual. Anyway, Tommy and I are going to have lunch Monday, I believe, at Beef O'Brady's. All right, we'll be right back. Max Fist Sports Nutrition. We'll be right back. 104.3. Bozeman, right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is your home for the NFL.
Touchdown, Denver!
We bring you the biggest games every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night.
Oh, he's got the first down!
Plus, we'll broadcast more college football games than ever before.
He did what?
Live NFL and college football play here.
Unbelievable!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Touchdown!
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Friday's weather. This afternoon and evening there will be a light breeze out of the south-southwest, sunshine and 83. Mostly clear skies tonight, a little cooler at 68 and a wind at 2 miles per hour coming out of the northwest. Tomorrow, sunny and a light breeze right around 5 miles per hour with a high of 83. About the same at 84 Sunday, and we'll have sunshine. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
Hey Gator fans, bring your family and friends to Rocket Lanes, home of the Panhandle Gator Club. While you enjoy Gator football watch parties in the sports bar with fellow Gators, your family and friends can enjoy bowling, roller skating, and the many entertaining electronic games. All Gator fans are also welcome to attend the Panhandle Gator Club meetings, 6 p.m. every second Tuesday of the month at the same location. Follow Gator gatherings all year long at panhandlegatorclub.com. Go Gators!
Now back to the most dangerous radio show in the Gulf Coast. Coach James Hale. He's so dangerous, he doesn't even check his eggs at the grocery store.
Danger's my middle name.
I'm bad to the bone, honey.
2 tickets to the gun show.
We're live from the J. Michaels studio on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Wildcat's getting his Harley ready.
Yep.
Hey, Bike Week. I'm glad you mentioned that.
That's right, Thunder Beach.
Bike Week is happening right now. More and more people are coming in today. Today is going to be packed out.
Already saw a wreck on Back Beach, man.
Was it bad?
Yeah, I think he just laid it down a little bit, scuffed his legs up a little bit, but he walked away. Yeah.
About what time was that? You remember?
Midday. I just eating at Rudy's, coming out of Rudy's. Looked like somebody had pulled out in front of him, and kind of he turned a little bit, flipped the bike a little bit.
Something else happened about dark. I was leaving the Mexican place, and the ambulance were hauling, but I figured that's what it was.
Right.
But be careful driving. They bring a lot of money here. Great people.
Yeah,
and Newbie's the place you want to go. The mothership's got tents set up as far as you can see. Merchandise, food, drinks. Just having a great time down there. And you always do at Newbie's. Newbie's still on the curve. Go watch all sporting events. They got things there also. But get out to any of the Newbie's. Have a great time. St. Andrews. Whatever you want to do, have a great time at Newbie's. All right, let's bring Coach Sweat on, the head football coach at Bozeman High School. Coach, how you doing this morning?
Good, how are y'all?
Good.
We are. Hey, congratulations, man!
Yeah.
What a game last week. That was an exciting football game. Talk about it. Tell us who played well for you.
Coach, it was just one of those games you need when you're trying to build something. The kids played hard. I can name. I tell you, Jaden Spurlock played defensive end for me and had 14 tackles.
Wow.
He had 7 tackles for a loss. I'm talking about just out of this world. His brother, same thing. His brother, Emmanuel, unbelievable game. Our defense, honest to goodness, is it's starting to come around. Like the physicality I was talking about, who I am, and this team's starting to really, really and truly just get like being physical. They're enjoying it, and it's something special to see. I love that we're hitting people and we're flying to the football, and it's just. I keep naming all the guys. We have Zach, our safety / receiver. Of course, Lakota Johnson just shows up every week.
He's a great ball player. He is a great ball player.
Coach, the people just need to go ahead and they need to come to this area again. It's like, to me, just like bays of places just people don't forget about. Like there's some really good football players in this area, and there'll be more to come. And it just he's a really good one. Hayden Hayden Gay had another just great game. He stepped up as a sophomore, stepped up and just. Hey, man, I'll tell you, I don't know if there's many quarterbacks so good at deep balls well as he does. He just does, and I can keep naming the guys. Offensive line protected well, and Rutherford. And don't get me wrong, Rutherford's he's got something there. He's got something special coming for him. Coach has done a great job over there.
Yeah, he has. But what a win, man! That was a huge win for you guys. Was that homecoming for you or for Rutherford?
That was homecoming for us.
Oh, okay.
Believe me.
Yeah.
I don't. It was one of those. Honestly, it was a scheduling thing. We had a homecoming. We had to move the date. Like we got to where I think what people that usually our FFA last week or this week has a like state or national competition or whatever it is. And our FFA program is we're top 10 in the country in the nation. Like we're sitting top 10 in the nation as far as in our FFA program here at Bozeman. And she does an incredible job with them. And anyways, I think she builds. They are part of building our homecoming stuff, like all the stuff in homecoming.
Yeah.
Well, and so anyways, they move it around. I mean, I would have never wanted to schedule that. I knew what they were, and I knew I could see them. If you watch film on them, or rather, watch week to week to week, every week, you can see them just getting better and getting better and getting better. And like I said, they played us hard. They played us tough. They hit, we hit, and it was good. It was a really good game. Came, like you said, down to the wire, and we just came out on top. And so it was a really great win for us, and I'm proud of our guys. I'm proud of their fight. It's 2 weeks in a row we had to fight and to win, and I'm proud of them.
Tell you what's y'all's record right now?
We're 4-4.
Yeah, and don't take this the wrong way. I'm kind of surprised y'all went up, from 1A, jumped up a classification. Griff left, and he had the best team they ever had in the history of school last year. Lost a lot of kids. And I think you're doing a great job. I really thought y'all were going to struggle big time, and you got a good chance to win this game against North Bay Haven. And then, the last one will be tough. But what a good job, Coach. Good job.
Good job.
Really.
Thank you.
We're really impressed with that.
That's all our kids, man. And our coaches. I've got some really good young coaches who balled in, and they work their tails off every single day. We're one, like you said, we're one of the few schools in the county. I think there's just 2 of us as middle school involved. So, I've got a whole coaching staff, and there's 7 of us right now, maybe 8. There's 8 of us. And we got to spread that out between 3 different teams.
Wow.
And so they've done a great job being young as we are, and it's a testament to them. How much work they put in, being here on Sundays. But now, I'm not alone. I'm not one of those guys. I don't know about you guys. I went to Georgia. I coached in Georgia, but thank God I didn't go to those South. Now, I've been in those meetings. We've been there all day.
Yeah.
But Sundays we don't meet that long. We work. We get in there. We go to work and we get out. But which sometimes can hurt some of those young coaches if they never actually have to sit up on meetings 5, 6, 7 hours on a Sunday.
I tell you what, they had a thing on, and I forgot what show was on. It might have been the Big Ten. I can't remember now who was doing it, but they listed the top 3 states and why they're the best in the nation in high school football. Mm-hmm. Georgia was either first or second. Maybe it was Texas first. I can't remember. The top 3, believe me, I was surprised. But they said certain parts in California, it's big. But in Georgia, they pay the coaches big-time money. You have huge coaching staffs. It's important to the superintendents to have great programs and the principals. And that's the reason they're so outstanding. And then Texas high school football is like
major college.
It's like being at a college.
Stadiums are 15,000 people.
It's important to people.
Oh, yeah.
In Alabama, in the little poor state of Alabama, same thing. It's like
Louisiana's gotten big.
You got to win at those states.
Yeah.
But like I'm listening to you talking about, you got 7 coaches for 3 programs. That's embarrassing. It really is.
It is what it is. It is what it is. We have 5.
But I'm not cutting down Bay County. It's the state.
Right.
The state of Florida. I'm sitting here listening. We got our 1A playoffs. We got teams with losing records in the playoffs, playing other losing teams because they all get a ball.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell's happened? You should have to make the playoffs. Should be something special. You should have. I don't know. I'm as old school, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, I agree. Like heck, my school that I left last year. This year alone, Harris County where I left, they have 20-something coaches, 21 coaches, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Now, last year we didn't have as many, but the schools also, had a lull where they weren't that great, and they kind of
had a couple superintendents, and they finally got a superintendent in there, and that was his job. Like he said, man, we're going to build a sports program. There's indoor. We have indoor. They had indoor. They have a brand new weight room, indoor. They have, and that's just everywhere. Like, I mean, it's just how it does there. And Alabama's following suit, because I promise you, it's starting to get big. Of course, I mean, you have Hoover. I mean, those schools there, but I'm talking about even in South Alabama. I mean, you just had the legendary coach there right out of South Georgia lead South Georgia and go to Alabama.
Right.
Think of, he's right here. It's Smith Cyril. They won a state championship. Hey, 2 years ago, man, they won it, and they played for it like the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
But he just left to win Alabama. So I mean, like, that's something. Like I'm telling you, it's tough here because then you got to pay when you start trying to pay coaches. It's different too. I mean,
right.
Remember Mike Coe? Mike Coe just left. He was winning coffee in his second year. They won a state championship in Coffee County.
Yeah.
But Mike said has been publicly stated that said about Florida, about those things, about things that just got to change instead of Florida's for when you want to start keeping good coaches and stuff like that. So
back in the 80s, you came to Florida because the pay was really good, but we've got so many people that move in here from all over the country that football is not important to them. It's not really a southern state down in South Florida. It's not. I coached there for a long time. But up in Alabama, even the TV coverage, the biggest station in the state of Alabama, they give 30 minutes on Friday nights just for high school football. They do a game live. I mean, they treat it like college. And people, you still get sellout crowds. You get huge bands. It's just totally different up there compared to what we have here. We used to be that way in Florida. We're not anymore.
90s, 2000s.
Yeah. Anyway, it is what it is.
But in the 90s, heck, I played at Walker. I mean, I was at Walker High School. I probably was trying to would shut down the school. I mean, and it's still like that in some parts of
right.
But it's still like you could shut down a whole town. Fort St. Joe does it. They shut down. They're all going to be at the football game. Everyone's going to be there. I mean,
Vero Beach is still big in Vero Beach too. Hey, listen, Coach, I'm sorry we ran out of time. Thank you so much for coming on again. You're doing a great job.
Absolutely.
We won't be on the air next Friday, so we'll talk to you the Friday after that. Okay. Good luck to you.
That's good. Thank you, sir. You have a good day.
You too. Bye bye. Coach Sweat doing a great job over there. Let's talk about some great people we have. I mentioned him again. I want to mention one more time. Chad Mitchell is giving up 25 years of his life.
Yeah.
Every Friday night on I'm not going to mention the county, but it's near us, and they can hear us.
Yeah.
They can't get doctors to do that. They're actually someplace you have to pay someone to come and show up to do it. Here in Bay County, we got great people. They do it, and he's one of the best there is. And he will see you. You don't have to be a great athlete. Dr. Chad Mitchell, I love that guy. You see him anywhere, thank the man for what he's done for these kids throughout his career. 25 years, the legendary Dr. Chad Mitchell. Rudy's Barbecue, you just mentioned that. Great place to have a pregame meal. They got the Lorelei Layton room in the back. You could do it there, a chamber meeting, birthday parties, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They cater. They're outstanding. What'd you have the other day?
Brisket, my favorite. There's some green corn and new potatoes.
Yeah. Jeremy likes that brisket,
and that little sissy sauce, because I'm a little sissy when it comes to hot stuff.
Wildcat loves the breakfast there. He's a
I do too.
Breakfast.
It's just hard to get me
burritos.
Oh yeah,
donuts.
Right?
No donuts. No donuts.
Oh my God! Hey, that Cajun place. We'll be there tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Come on, and say hello. Pick up our tab. We're gonna have a great time down there. We're gonna watch the first game. I think it's Oklahoma. I think it's Oklahoma and Ole Miss.
Yeah.
But we're going to watch the 11 o'clock kickoff. Ohio State and also is playing Nebraska 11 o'clock. We're watching that one. And get down there, and if you're LSU, make sure you're there tomorrow night. Every time they score a touchdown, and that's a huge football game versus Texas A&M, you get a free Jell-O shot. It has to be a touchdown. 27-plus TVs, $5 pitchers, the best wings you get anywhere. Try any of the desserts, but it's the best bread pudding you'll get anywhere. That Cajun place on Thomas Drive. And they got things set up for the bikers also. Be careful driving. It's bike week this week. Get out to Newbies, have a great time. We'll be right back. Jim Bob has got FSU. They got a tough one, man. Miami Hurricanes, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, home of the Auburn Tigers.
ESPN Northwest Florida is your home for college football and the Auburn Tigers.
He dives! He's in! Touchdown Auburn!
We heard you, Tiger fans. So this season, we're airing every single game. And you can take that to the bank.
And picked off in the end zone!
Plus, The biggest games in the SEC and around the country play here on your official station for college football, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Are you looking to invest in rare coins and precious metals? Well, look no further. Coin and Bullion Reserves is Bay County's trusted source for rare coins and precious metals. Located in the heart of Panama City, our showroom is stocked with a vast selection of gold and silver bullion, rare coins, and currency. Whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned collector, we have what you're looking for. Our sales staff has over 50 years of experience to help guide you through your purchase. Come and visit Coin and Bullion Reserves today and build your collection with confidence.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose, hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? If competitive pricing and a quick turnaround are what matter to your business, come see us at Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, or you can give us a call at 850-326-3000. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, the best place in town to take a leak.
There's a price war in the insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call the Term Lifeline right now and see if you can save 40%. $500,000 plans and up, that's our specialty. Even great smokers' rates. Protect your family today. Call the Term Lifeline right now for a free quote. 866-509-TERM, 866-509-TERM, 866-509-TERM.
College football isn't life and death. It's much more important than that. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! Ouch. Bum, bum, bum. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Be safe. It's bike week. If you're out traveling up and down Back Beach Road, even in town, drive careful, be safe, and be patient. They bring a lot of money into our county, and let's make them feel welcomed. And really, I hope everybody has a great weekend. Thank all of you so much for listening. We really appreciate that. Jim, our FSU updates brought to you by Newbies. Bike Week's going on. Get down to Newbies, have a great time. And again, the mothership on Thomas Drive, they got tents set up for you everywhere, everything you can think of to have a great time. Get your bikes, go down there and have a wonderful time at Newbies. Jim, what do you got for us?
All right, I don't want to bang on the Knowles. We've done it enough. Everybody kind of knows where they are. I want to talk about the ACC and just where they are as a conference, because James Hale hates the ACC. If it's an SEC, it's not. They're not playing. You know how that works. But here are the ACC standings. He's not disagreeing with me. You notice that?
He's shaking his head.
Yes, Big Ten's pretty good.
You see the ACC standings. Here's what they are. James, let me finish. Don't interrupt me.
Pitt won.
All right.
No Kyle McCord.
This is how they're listed, mostly because Clemson has just played more ACC games. But number one is Clemson. This is the ACC. They're 5-0 in conference, 6-1 overall. Next is Miami, the U. They're 3-0, 7-0 overall, but they're ranked number 6 in AP, actually higher than Clemson.
Right.
Number 19 next is Pitt. They're 3-0 in the conference, 7-0. Beat the crap out of Syracuse, thanks to Kyle McCord.
He looked good.
Next is SMU.
That's why we got Will Howard.
I kind of forgot about them. Remember, I said Will Howard was going to be good.
Yeah,
Remember that.
You did.
SMU is 3-0 in conference. They're 6-1 in overall. Then you got Duke is 2-1 in the conference, 6-1 overall. And Virginia Tech, of all people, is 2-1. And they're 4-3. And everybody else in the ACC's got more than one loss. So there's 6 teams that got one or no losses. So going forward, it's going to be really interesting to see what comes out. It's, traditional wisdom would say, it's going to be Clemson or Miami. This year, who knows?
Right.
I mean, it's been nothing is planned. And if you really want some chaos, we'll have James Hale have a stroke and have kittens on the spot. What happens if Virginia Tech makes it with 3 overall losses? They went out, but they have 3 over their conference champs. They have 3 losses.
They're
So
playing
they'll-
well.
That's a good point. And they
So,
get in.
so they'll go to the playoffs, and Alabama with at least 2 will be sitting home crying, "Oh, I want Bear back."
that could really happen.
Oh,
Have
for
three
sure.
lost
I know it
conference
could.
champs.
Yeah, and they lost to Vanderbilt. Oh wait, so did Alabama. Never mind.
You know, so
Thank you, Jason.
You're welcome.
So the potential for chaos is really big. And you know, those teams I just mentioned, somebody's going to make it out of that list. Probably 2.
We've
Probably
given,
2.
or I shouldn't say we. I've given Dabo a lot of crap for not embracing NIL.
Right.
But if you look at what he did with his team, I mean, and they played Georgia really well in that first half. Georgia just
First
had too
half,
much.
right.
Yeah, Georgia just had too much in the second half. But what they have accomplished the rest of the season, the toughness they play with, the physicality, I think they're the best team in the ACC right now. And that's
I
not
do
to
too.
dismiss of Miami, but if you look at Miami's defense, it's atrocious. It reminds me of some of the old Ohio State
Right.
teams where they have weapons all over the field. Offense is going to score 45, but are you going to give up 50?
Right.
And this isn't a game where you're going to really be tested as far as Miami's concerned, just because Florida State couldn't score 21 points against Air. I mean, they have not been an offensive
I agree.
team. So this is a bad matchup for Florida State. This should be a game where Miami looks really good. I think their defense should step up a little bit, play a little bit better. But, you know, the ACC's wide open. I mean, anybody can win. Pitt looked amazing last night. Of course, everybody heard, you know, why is Ohio State getting rid of Kyle McCord? They're bringing in Will Howard. What a mistake. He's so good. And
How'd that turn out?
5 interceptions, 3 returned for a touchdown last night.
Now, to be fair,
Yeah, some of those weren't his fault.
He didn't do that at Ohio State. He was not a turnover machine. He didn't throw pick sixes, but he was awful.
But I will say this. He didn't progress from the beginning of the year to the end of the year
he didn't.
in reading defenses. He would lock onto one receiver, and whether that guy was open or not, he was going to throw him the ball.
And, you know, you said something I think is really true, because we gave old Dabo a lot of grief, but not, like you say, not embracing NIL. But let's talk about the opposite end of the spectrum. You got Florida State, who said, "Oh yeah, NIL, come on, come one, come all," and it's been a complete failure.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why is, I think Conrad Moon said it when we talked to him. It doesn't look like Florida State's bought in. Well, Clemson's guys have definitely bought into what Dabo's selling.
Oh yeah.
And I coached. That's a big part of it. Your guys have got to believe in what you're, as a coach, what you're selling them. And Florida State certainly has not bought in. They haven't gotten any better 1 iota all year.
It's going to be interesting to see
21 points, but one time.
If Clemson can win the ACC, you got to give them credit, and I think you'll see more coaches maybe go that direction now, because look how much of a disaster Florida State was. You went from signing Mike Norvell, thinking you had one of the top 5 coaches in all of college football, to a $100 million contract, $70 million buyout. Now you're 1-5 going, who's their next coach going to be? No, fan-wise, I don't believe they're going to fire him or should. But look at the turnaround just because of the portal, you know, and missing on those portal guys, where Clemson said, you know what, we're going to keep the guys that we want in our locker room. We're going to recruit high school kids. We're not going to embrace the NIL. And to be honest, it looks better than anything else in the ACC right now.
Yeah, it sure does. So, you know, long term, you know, we'll see how it all plays out. But, you know, the ACC is definitely wide open.
And let's be honest. I mean, Clemson does have an NIL package. They do pay some players, but they're going to pay the players that they want in the locker room, and they're going to keep their guys that have been in there 2-3 years instead of going chasing this guy over here that could maybe a 1-year rental. That's not what they're doing.
Yeah, as opposed to Miami, who's got Cam Ward. Talk about the 1-year rental. That's probably a pretty good 1-year rental.
He's saving them right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if that defense can catch up. If they can, they're a legitimate threat. If not, you know, I think Clemson might get them.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting week for Florida State. You know, they got down to Miami. They can't use any excuses. Oh, it was a crowd noise. There ain't going to be any crowd noise.
Right.
Okay, so
they might have more fans there than Miami.
Like we talked about the other day, there might be 40, 50,000 people there. If they're ever going to play hard, I think you would think that this is going to be the week.
Yeah.
You know, because they played pretty well against Clemson, 29-13, compared to some of the other fiascos they've had. So you would think that they'd play well against Miami. So we'll see. I'm hoping that they do.
I'm hoping they do too. But my only problem with Florida State is I think to beat this Miami team, you got to score 35. I just don't see it.
I don't see them unless there's a lot of turnover.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff.
Unless their offensive line magically just starts opening holes and they run the ball effectively, I think this is just a bad matchup.
I think Ward's going to win the Heisman.
Him, Travis Hunter, or the kid from Boise State, and Genty. I mean, those three are the top of the heap right now. So, I think Travis Hunter's going to get a lot of media time if he continues to play well, just because of the Deion effect. But I mean, and he deserves it. I mean, the kid's a phenomenal talent.
But that Genty at Boise State, I heard the stat yesterday. He's got 9 runs so far of 50 yards or more. He said there's not another program, I don't think, in the whole country that has that. So he's pretty special. And he's playing at Boise State. I understand that, but still.
He's on pace to break Barry Sanders' record. That's amazing. I mean, come on. And they played tonight.
I kind of think I'm hearing from both of you are leaning towards picking FSU in this game tomorrow.
I'm going to say negatory goes.
Yeah, no thank you.
All right.
But that's a big game tonight. Boise State, UNLV. That's a game Boise State can lose, and that's going to have some effect on the playoffs because a lot of people think Boise State's going to be that group of 5.
Just look at it. This hurts. I got to read it. This hurts my heart. This really hurts my heart. He's one of my heroes. ESPN sources confirm Alabama, the group Alabama, the front man, Randy Owens, and the hit song Dixieland Delight. If you don't know what it is, we played it in the fourth quarter at all the games. People go crazy at Alabama. Well, after performance last week against Tennessee, Dixieland Light and the group Alabama, they're transferring out. They are leaving the university.
They hit the portal.
It says it right here. They're entering the portal.
Are they going to Rocky Top instead?
They're going to Rocky Top now.
Wasn't Dixieland Delight about Tennessee, though?
Actually.
Yeah.
But we stole it.
Right.
Now, let me ask you a question. I don't know about all things Alabama and Tennessee. Somebody was banging online because I think Kalen DeBoer went into the game at Neyland Stadium had a cigar in his mouth.
Was it him or assistant? I think it was assistant. It was
the
assistant.
Alabama coach had a cigar.
Before the game.
What's the big deal?
I'm with you. Who cares? But it's a tradition.
I don't know.
Both fan bases.
I know
after the game, the winner gets to smoke cigars.
I think it is a little bit of a big deal. I mean, you're giving your team bulletin board material because you're going walking in and you're like, we're going to have this one. I'm going to be smoking this in the game.
And they see it.
And they see it, and they're like, okay, you're about to figure this out. So
let's take a break.
It's pretty bold. It's a bold.
He's shaking his tail back there. We got to take a break.
Was Milrose smoking a cigar?
After? No, never mind.
What kind? All right, let's talk about some of the great people we got on here. Max Fit Sports Nutrition, Dr. Ward, 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. If it doesn't look right, feel right, go see Dr. Ward, offices throughout Northwest Florida. You can listen to him every Wednesday, 7:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We are the home of the Mosley Dolphins. They did a great job. I listened to Brian and those guys yesterday, but I was driving to the restaurant. Pre-game stuff, they did a great job. Brian, great job. And then David and Kyle did a great job.
I listened last night.
My lawyer was on there. Robert. Robert Fleming. They did a really outstanding job.
Johnny Cochran.
It's like very professional.
Right.
If it doesn't,
if it don't fit,
very professional job.
Who's suing you now? You need a lawyer.
Let's take a break. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. All right. Good job.
In the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
We're up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.
Hurricane Helene.
And breaking weather as it happens.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Friday's weather. This afternoon and evening there will be a light breeze out of the south-southwest, sunshine and 83. Mostly clear skies tonight, a little cooler at 68 and a wind at 2 miles per hour coming out of the northwest. Tomorrow, sunny and a light breeze right around 5 miles per hour with a high of 83. About the same at 84 Sunday and we'll have sunshine. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Time for new tires? Nobody knows your Toyota better. And this month, when you buy 3 tires, you get the 4th for just $1. Schedule your service online or give us a call at Panama City Toyota.
Offer expires October 31st. For details, visit PanamaCityToyota.com.
Time for new tires? Nobody knows your Toyota better. And this month, when you buy 3 tires, you get the 4th for just $1. Schedule your service online or give us a call at Panama City Toyota.
Offer expires October 31st. For details, visit PanamaCityToyota.com.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
For everything in the world of golf, it's the Watson Report. Thursdays at 4:20 with Alan Watson from Golf Plus. ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels studio.
It's a good song.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Randy said I should say hello, happy birthday to Champ. Devil Dog up in Birmingham. Happy birthday, Champ.
How old is he now?
He turned 5 yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday, buddy.
He'll love on you 1 minute, and he'll bite you the next. At least to me, anyway.
Well, that explains it right there.
All right, let's do our picks real quick. Hey, anybody want to give us a call, Dave? Feel free. We do not have the answers, but we pretend we do. Wildcat, you're doing a great job. Thank you for what you do. I appreciate everything
Just don't
you
wake
do.
me up, okay?
Yeah, that's... Anyway. All right, Jim, Jason, I'm going to say this for the last. Mariana at Cottondale.
Mariana?
Yeah. Mariana's really good this year.
Holmes County at Bluntstown.
Oh, Holmes County.
Holmes County. Wow.
You asked me.
I'll take Bluntstown at home. I got a couple of their kids coming over, man. They're ready to go. They're getting jacked on Max Fit products. Let's go, Bluntstown.
All right, Holmes County people, you hear that? You need to get out of Max Fit. You want to win.
If you want to even it out.
Freeport at Walton.
Walton.
Yeah. They actually played really well against them. Walton's got a good
Jeremy
football team.
Pritchett must know something we don't because he's going Freeport. It's going to happen. Wait and see. Destin at Booker T, Washington.
I don't know much about Booker T, but Destin.
I don't know much about Booker T.
We go with Booker T, though. Destin's a young program right now.
Yeah, I'm going to go Booker T also.
South Walton at Pensacola Catholic.
Yeah.
Pensacola Catholic. All day.
Catholic.
Yeah.
You got Catholic or?
No, Catholic.
Catholic.
That's not Walton. That's South Walton.
South Walton. I'm sorry.
No, I meant that. You said it right.
You got
I got Catholic.
Catholic.
Yeah, you're trying to get.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna change mine. I had South Walton. I'm gonna change it to Catholic. Y'all just talked me into it.
Aren't they undefeated?
Bill is down at Port St. Joe Tiger Sharks.
I'm going to go to Port St. Joe.
That's at Port St. Joe?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's because it's at Port St. Joe.
Yeah, I'll take Port St. Joe home. I think
Sorry,
they're on
Bill.
a little roll now. Franklin County is a big win for them.
Bozeman at North Bay Haven. And give a shout out to those North Bay Haven kids. Great job
For sure.
working through all the adversity you guys have gone through that you shouldn't have to. Great job, North Bay Haven.
With all that said, Bozeman. Yeah, I think they're hitting their stride, too.
Yeah, I think we're all making the same picks. Bay at Rutherford. This is going to be a good one now. I'm telling you, this is going to be a football game.
Oh, for sure. I mean, this is a rivalry. You can throw the records out. You can throw who's coaching, who's playing.
Let me go first because he's going to go Bay. I'll go Rutherford.
Yeah, I'm going Bay, though. The JV's
I'll say
my
Rutherford
boy.
just to be different.
He knows both sides of this. He played and his dad coached at Rutherford. He's played at Bay and coached at Bay High. So Jeremy's going to pull this one through. Although Rutherford's got it going with their coach, I think they've done a tremendous job this year. Great game. Get out there and watch this game tonight. It's going to be a lot of athletes on the field.
Okay, Rickards Rickards versus Arnold.
Was that here?
Arnold versus Rickards, district ball game.
Where's it being played?
Play at Arnold.
Well, I'm going to go with Arnold. I think,
Yeah,
last
I'm
week
go
isn't exactly what they wanted, so I think they're going to get back out, work.
Now, I'm going to give you all the Mosley win because I figured y'all would pick Mosley.
Yes.
All right? Okay. We got that one. And again, Mosley put it on Gupprease last night, 48-7. It could have been whatever you wanted. They got up on pretty quick, put the game. And Robert Flippy said that was important they do that in the pregame with Dave and Kyle. And he's right. They jumped on them. They got a lot of kids that got to play. And now they get ready for the last ball game. Get an opportunity to go 10-0, which you don't see that very often in high school football.
They have a legit shot at making the Final Four this year and playing for a title. So this is a really, really good team. Their quarterback's really good. He's accurate. I mean, the offensive line's tremendous. I think they got 4 seniors and 1 junior on that offensive line, which is important when you get into the playoffs with that much experience. So this is a very, very good Mosley team. And follow this team, man. If you want to follow these guys, they're going to do something special this year.
What Greg McElroy, former quarterback at Alabama, his is top 15. I just want your opinion. Is he close or not? Number 1's Oregon. Number 2's Georgia. Number 3's Penn State. And we got a big game coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Number 4, the Ohio State Buckeyes. They're 11 o'clock, Fox. We'll be watching that one down at the Cajun Place, 11 o'clock kickoff. Number 5, Miami. Number 6, Texas. Number 7, Tennessee. Number 8, Notre Dame. Number 9, BYU. Number 10, Indiana. Number 11, LSU. Number 12, Texas A&M. Number 13, Iowa State. 14, Clemson. And 15th, Alabama. Do you guys disagree with this?
A couple, but I mean,
not as bad as some of the other ones.
I think Clemson should be higher. I don't think Tennessee should be as high. I mean, I like Clemson a little bit higher. Team I'm interested in, I think Notre Dame's playing really well defensively. I think they got one of the best defenses. They're physical. They run the football. I mean, they play to their strengths. I mean, Riley Leonard's not the best quarterback in the country, but they do what he does well. So they got the A&M win.
How did they lose that game? Who beat them?
Northern Illinois.
Yeah. Freeman's a young coach.
The Huskies, baby.
Yeah, Freeman's, as much as I love Freeman because he's a Ohio State guy, there's some things that he's learning on the job. I mean, he's a very young coach, but that defense is playing tremendous. He was the defense coordinator under Fickle at Cincinnati. They played amazing. He's recruiting really well. So there's going to be some learning and growing pains with him, but I think if they stick with him long term, they're going to get there.
All right, this is experts' playoff chances. From I can't remember if it was ESPN or CBS. Oregon right now has Oregon and Penn State, believe it or not, have the best path to get into the playoffs. 95.5, both of them will make the playoffs. I see that. Georgia is at 95.3, Texas at 93.5, Ohio State's 85.7. Now they do have to go play at Penn State.
Yes,
and that's really. To me, I think it's the only one they got to worry about.
Indiana's undefeated. Michigan at home.
Well, listen to that. They're not up there as high as these other. Miami's at 74.9. Tennessee, which I disagree with, is 72.4. Notre Dame's at 63.1. I think Notre Dame wins out. I think they should be high ranked. Alabama's 57.1. LSU is 55.3.
How is LSU not higher than Tennessee and Alabama after watching them play? I have LSU way ahead of Tennessee and Alabama.
I got LSU way ahead of Alabama.
Yeah.
Boise State's at 48.4. SMU is at 45.9. Texas A&M is 45.2. The only team they've lost to is Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Kansas State, 43. Iowa State, 42.3. And then Indiana is at 41.3. And I think they look at the schedules, who they got left to play and all that kind of thing, strength of schedule, all that kind of. The newest odds on winning the national championship, and I still think they got a chance to play each other in this one. The number 1 best team with the best odds as of today, Georgia, plus 330. Number 2 team, best odds to win the national championship, according to the experts, Ohio State, plus 450. Number 3, and I do believe these are 4 best teams, Texas, plus 500, tied with Oregon, plus 500. Penn State. Is this the week? We're going to do our picks later, but people are saying, Jeremy Priest said, this is the week he screws it up. He got Wisconsin.
I circled this one because it's a road game. I mean, they got Ohio State next
Penn
week.
State?
Yeah.
Well, they're playing at Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin.
That definitely has possibilities.
Yeah. And they got Ohio State next week.
That has possibilities.
Yeah. So keep an eye on that one. But Penn State's next, plus 1,200. Then it's Clemson, plus 1,400. Tennessee, I don't get the Tennessee.
I don't either.
The quarterback is not there yet. He's good, but he just misses too many people. Now, their defense is legit. They can play defense. 1,500. Miami, plus 1,800. And forget this, They're living off their name. Alabama plus 1,900. Texas A&M plus 3,300. LSU plus 3,300. So these are experts talking. This not us. These are what the experts are saying.
I don't get how Tennessee's above A&M, LSU. I don't understand that at all.
Well, we got to look at who they got. Look at that and see who they got left to play. They got one tough game left, and that's Georgia. And that would be their how many losses they got now? 2?
Just one. Tennessee does.
Okay, well, there you go. So they'll have 2 with
they
Georgia.
got Kentucky, Mississippi State, at Georgia, UTEP, at Vandy.
So I get it.
Yeah.
They'll have 2 losses, and they could get in with 2 losses.
Probably, yep. If you're a 2-loss team in the SEC,
depends on what I don't know what this committee's going to do.
But
it's like he pointed out. You can have a 3-team champion loss, get in, and a team with 1 or 2 losses not get in from a strong conference.
So A&M would have LSU this weekend at South Carolina. That's a winnable game. New Mexico State at Auburn. And then they finish with Texas at home.
All right, when we get back, Jeff Spiegel up in the great state of Alabama. Everything you need to know about Bama, Auburn, SEC. This guy will know it, and we'll have him on as soon as we get back. But right now, I got to talk about some great people we have. Paparazzi Pizza, it's pizza season. If you're down here on Bike Week, head on out there. They got some things set up. Lunch special, 2 huge slices of pizza for $11 and some change and a drink. The best, they got a bar in there now. The bakery's incredible. The deli, everything's great. Paparazzi Pizza. Don't forget about all the Taco Bells on Panama City Beach, Callaway, and Port St. Joe. Turpro Pest Control. Do you want your yard to look beautiful? Call Patrick. You listen to Patrick every Monday, 8:30 right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. He does a great job. Your yard look like a golf course when he's through with it. Also, I want some jewelry. I want to go see Russ. What can Russ do for me?
Let me tell you what Russ can do for you and for anybody for that matter. They can appraise your jewelry. They can repair your jewelry. They will buy your old jewelry and they will sell you brand new, custom-made designer jewelry. I'm talking about David Adamson fine jewelry and designer jewelry.
And when you're through there, head on down to Beef O'Brady's and say hello to the best city commissioner Lynn Haven's ever had. That's Pat Perno. Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. They got TVs everywhere. Great place to go watch all the games this weekend, NFL and college. Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. Hey, you talking about Maxfield Sports Nutrition? I want to get big. I want to get strong, and I want to help a veteran. Yep. What can I do?
You can come down to Max Fit. We have our free sample bar. So if you're looking for a new pre-workout,
I was talking about lifting weights. I was talking about going to Anytime Fitness.
Oh yeah. Well, you can go down to Anytime Fitness first and get your workout.
Then head down
to Liz Hunt down there. She can get you on a meal plan. They can get you on your InBody 570. Track your results. They got coaching down there. They got Max Fit meals, which I know you and Julie have tried. I think you guys have enjoyed those.
I'm gonna tell you what. That's something special there, buddy.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff.
It's really starting to take off. I think people that don't have time to cook, prepare their food, they just want something for the week that's healthy, balanced, and something that can help them lose weight and, get in shape. So MaxFit Meals, go to maxfitmealsanytime@gmail.com, but also get down to Anytime Fitness over in Callaway. It's next to the Beef O'Brady's in Callaway across from Walmart. Great coaches, great people. They can get you in the right direction. And you can go down to MaxFit and get a 2-week free pass to try out the facility if you want to. Stop on the 23rd Street location, get a 2-week free pass.
She's a veteran.
Yeah, veteran.
Get out to Callaway, 24/7, Anytime Fitness. Callaway is by Beef O'Brady's over there. Yeah, go join up and tell them the coach you heard on the radio and you join him and tell Liz we said we got to get her back in here. All right, we'll be right back. We get back. Jeff Spiegel out of Birmingham, Alabama, Auburn, Alabama, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This just in. Get the latest sports news, scores, and updates from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Follow us on Facebook for exclusive content, behind-the-scenes action, live streams, and the chance to interact with your favorite hosts.
Stay connected. Stay connected. Stay connected.
Join the conversation on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Search for ESPN Northwest Florida and crush the follow button.
I follow you on social media.
We're always here to keep you in the game.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Friday's weather. This afternoon and evening there will be a light breeze out of the south-southwest, sunshine and 83. Mostly clear skies tonight, a little cooler at 68 and a wind at 2 miles per hour coming out of the northwest. Tomorrow, sunny and a light breeze right around 5 miles per hour with a high of 83. About the same at 84 Sunday, and we'll have sunshine. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Tired of flipping through channels and finding nothing good? Introducing Lucid Stream TV. Get over 2,000 live streaming channels. Catch every game of the season with over 100 sports networks, including ESPN, ESPN Plus, the NFL Network, and Red Zone. Even pay-per-view events. Watch local network channels from most major markets throughout the country. Fox, ABC, CBS, and NBC. It's more than sports. Lucid Stream TV offers premium movie channels like HBO, Cinemax, Stars, 200-plus entertainment and news networks, or watch 10,000 movies on demand, including recent theater releases. Just $41.99 a month when you use the ESPN-NW promo code at checkout. Watch on up to 5 devices at the same time. Perfect for sharing with family and friends. Lucid Stream TV gives you everything you want for less. Cut the cord, not the fun. To score Lucid Stream TV, go to ESPNPC.com and click on the Lucid Stream TV logo.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn Haven. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Turn down your natural light. It's time for the Alabama Update. The Alabama Update, weekday mornings at 8. On the Coach James Hale Show at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Roll Tide, roll. Alabama Update is brought to you by Steverson Air Conditioning. Locals taking care of locals throughout Northwest Florida. Jason, you've experienced them at home and at your business, and they're incredible.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, we've got a new unit that pays for itself. I mean, my bill went down about $200, so just in over about a year period, I saved about $2,000 just on my bill.
Stevenson Air Conditioning, they can do that for you anytime, day or night. Now, it gets it serviced about every 6 months, right before winter, right before summer. It saves you money every month on your power bill. It lasts longer. If you got an old one, get rid of it. It's one of the few things you can actually purchase that will pay for itself over a period of time. Let's bring him on. Jeff Spiegel, the legend out of Alabama. How you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing good, Coach. How are you?
Man, I couldn't be better. We got you on a Friday. It doesn't get better than this. It's just last week I was having some negative, very, very distressful, hurtful. My roommate and I, he coached football, and then he got out and got in the real world, made some real money. But we were there watching the game, and Jeff, we counted 10 times Tennessee quarterback had open receivers. He only hit them twice. That game could have got out of hand big time. And then again, Bama had their opportunities to go the other way and put it away big time also, and didn't happen. We're hearing all kind of rumors, all kind of things being said, excuses. We don't have our shirts tucked in. Coach
wearing the wrong shirt.
Wrong shirts at the game.
Smoking cigars before the game.
Late to meetings.
Late to meetings.
Late to meetings.
You name it. Is the state of Alabama is completely collapsing with Auburn losing and Alabama losing? What's going on up there? Give us some insight. What's going on?
Well, I mean, that was certainly an attention-getting soundbite when C.J. Dupree said, no more being late for meetings and all that stuff. And I'm like, why are people late to meetings anyway?
Right.
I mean, should that be something that's taken care of like in the first week?
You would think.
So I don't know. I mean, it's like, here's the thing, and Coach, you know a lot more about football than I do, but I've been covering this for, almost 40 years now, and coaching transitions are rarely smooth with no bumps in the road. I mean, the only one that I've seen that went like crystal clear, almost perfect, was 1993 when Terry Bowden took over for Pat Guy at Auburn, and they went 11-0.
Right.
I mean, that's the only one I can remember. I mean, you think back to 2007. I'm looking at the 2007 season right now on my computer. Nick Saban's first year at Alabama. They lose in overtime to Georgia. They lose to Florida State in an ugly game in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yep.
They lost to LSU. They got beat by Mississippi State. They had a 100-yard pick six in that game in Starkville. They lost to Louisiana Monroe. They lose to Auburn. You know, I mean, and I remember back in 2007, I remember this vividly, where people were going, why'd they hire this guy?
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then a year later, then it starts, and then the dynasty starts and all that stuff. So, you know, I think we need to give this guy time. He lost like more than 20 players to the portal and to the NFL draft, and you know, it's just transitions are rarely non-messy, and
Right.
there's been some messiness to this 5-2 start for sure.
Yeah, Jeff, you pointed out that I'll never forget. We were at the in Jacksonville. Tommy Sandman, he's an FSU guy. We went to the Florida State Alabama game, and we're going down. We were going to leave early, and we're going down, and there was an Alabama couple. You could tell they were feeling pretty good, and they were fighting. They were cussing like you wouldn't believe, and it was all about Nick Saban. How can we pay somebody this kind of money? They used the F word, terrible. It was bad. We were looking at each other like, good God. I mean, it was bad. And another point, you made a great point about Saban, but even the greatest coach I think that ever lived, and he's an idol to me. I love this man. My family loved him. That's Paul Bear Bryant. His first year at Alabama, they were 5-4-1.
Yeah.
So you're making some good points. And I think we should give him time. Let's see how he does this Saturday, and then we'll make a determination on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's so great.
No, really, though.
Are they going to have to protect the trees at the tumors' corners?
Yeah.
Going to put the fence around the trees at
They can't get it.
That's what I did.
As long as they got
That was James Hale did that.
As long as their shirts are tucked in, they'll be good.
Well, one good thing, they moved the coach's office upstairs, so it's hard to get the brick through it. So that's pretty good. Anyway.
They seem to be protecting him on his media rounds, too, now.
Yeah, they're very careful of who they ask questions.
They got the Kamala handler on them.
Yeah. Anyway. What did you think about his radio show? Chris Stewart did a great job, man. I mean, he protected. I mean, he did a great job. There was one question the whole time during the show.
Yeah, I mean, and I noticed they didn't take any questions from fans, and you know, there weren't. I mean, Pee Wee called in, but you know, there weren't any calls taken, you know, over the phone either. I mean, look, I mean, I just think that you know, should they be? Look, the Vanderbilt loss is going to haunt them.
Yeah.
I mean, as bad as the Tennessee loss was, when it comes down to, even if they went out, when it comes down to Selection Sunday, I mean, there's going to be some sweating unless they really get some style points here down the stretch. Now, they got a chance against Missouri because it doesn't look like Brady Cook is going to play. Their top running back is not going to play. So they have a chance to make a statement here against Mizzou and really just pound them. And if they can do that and then just get a win at LSU, you don't need style points at LSU. You just need a win. But in the remaining games, I mean, take care of business and look like the Alabama football team of old, and then build yourself a great 10-2 resume, and then let the chips fall where they may. A 10-2 record should be good enough for them to get into the playoff, but I don't think they need to be stumbling around and fumbling around like they did against South Carolina. And certainly we don't need, you know, another Nashville-Knoxville repeat.
Yeah, I try to be positive. It's hard.
Jeff,
go ahead.
Is there any insight from your part of the country? Is Milroe, and I know he kind of downplayed, is Milroe hurt? Or they threw the ball 50 times, and is he hurt? Because he didn't look himself at all. So is there any more information on that? Because obviously if he's hurt, that's a big part of their success or lack thereof.
Well, certainly they don't talk about injuries. I mean, Kalen DeBoer is pretty tight-lipped when it comes to stuff like that. The only thing that he would allow during the press conference is that, you know, Milroe's a little banged up, and he played it off like, you know what, who isn't? You know, 7 games into the season, but he did look as I think, as shaky and as unconfident as he did in that Texas game last year. I mean, throwing off the back foot, overthrowing receivers left and right, and you know, he didn't look good. And in the Mizzou game, I think in the first half, if he comes out as shaky as he was in Knoxville, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they make a change and they put Ty Simpson in there. But you know, you also run the risk of when you do something like that, you mess up chemistry and all that stuff. But look, man, it's all about winning games right now. They put the dude out there that can win games.
I think it was in the South Carolina game that he was either grabbing a shoulder, collarbone. He had gotten hit pretty good.
I'm going to tell you what, I was going to make that point. No, you're good.
Yeah.
He got hit a couple times against South Carolina. He hadn't looked the same since.
No.
He didn't run up in there like he had before. I mean, they put it on him.
And then he's not stepping into his throws, just kind of throwing off, like he said, off his back foot, just floating balls over the middle, and that's a bad scenario right there.
Yeah. We shall see.
I'll tell you another thing. I'll tell you another thing, too. When you, how many times have you seen Alabama throw the ball 49 times?
They dropped back 50 times.
Yes.
50 times and threw it 45.
For success.
Yeah. If you're going to do that, why don't they put the backup? I mean, he can do that. The other kid can throw the ball like that, but not Jalen. I mean, Milroe. They can't.
The only reason I thought he was hurt is because usually you want to get Jalen in the run game.
And they didn't run. We didn't run our running backs.
No, and they weren't running him. They weren't running the running back. So it looked like, maybe they were trying to protect him a little bit. Who knows? Obviously, he's dinged up a little bit, but we just don't know to what extent.
Right.
I don't know. Jason's being nice. The other day, behind your back, he said Forrest Gump's calling plays at Alabama. So I kind of agreed with him Saturday watching
Bubba was helping, too.
Yeah. Anyway, hey, listen, we got to take a break. Can we hold you over?
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Again, we want to thank Jason Stevenson Air Conditioning. A great job you guys do. If you live in Northwest Florida, let's go with Stevenson Air Conditioning. When they tell you they're going to be there, they're there. They do a great job. Very honest, hardworking people. Stevenson Air Conditioning do an incredible job. Today, J. Michael's Restaurant, legendary J. Michael's. All you bikers down there, head down there today. You'll have a great time. It's like a museum. What you'll see in this restaurant is incredible. Today's special, crisp fish, grilled fish, peppers and onions over a bed of rice and special sauce. Best shrimp you'll get anywhere. Best fried shrimp you'll get anywhere. The legendary J. Michael's. South Oak Title and Closing for all your real estate closing. We just had a house on 38 sale for $26 million. South Oak Title and Closing, #1. They are incredible. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. That was Jim Brandt's house, I believe he bought.
It was.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show. Here is Aaron Rodgers with the question and his answer.
How do you get everybody to keep the belief? And it seems like a lot of the same mistakes.
Stop listening to you guys.
Okay, wait. Did he say stop listening to the media? I didn't think players listen to the media. Don't they always tell us that?
Stop listening to you guys.
Really?
It's the Dan Patrick Show. Weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Friday's weather. This afternoon and evening there will be a light breeze out of the south-southwest, sunshine and 83. Mostly clear skies tonight, a little cooler at 68 and a wind at 2 miles per hour coming out of the northwest. Tomorrow, sunny and a light breeze right around 5 miles per hour with a high of 83. About the same at 84 Sunday, and we'll have sunshine. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hey folks, Chris Kramer with Bill Kramer GM. And the best place to listen to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey is inside a brand new vehicle from Bill Kramer GM. And I want you to know we've got 10 times the amount of inventory on the ground as we did this time last year, and darn near all of them are discounted. So shop us online at BillKramerGM.com or visit us at the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd. We'll make it easy and take great care of you.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
His biggest fear about the zombie apocalypse is all the walking. It's the Coach James Hale Show. Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
War Eagle. Hey, Martha, Kenny, James, Jenna. Auburn football right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. I thought Andy Burcham did a great job yesterday. I just told him what I thought, and he handled it pretty good.
Oh, yeah. He talks about the stuff on his radio
show. Yeah, he's good. He's really good.
On ESPN, too.
Really Jeff, Auburn, we were talking to Andy yesterday, and I just pointed out, I said, Andy, I watched the game, I didn't understand it. They took a drive right up down the field, 9-play drive. 8 of them were running plays. You get first and goal on the 10-yard line, you throw 3 passes. You get a sack, you miss a field goal. I said, what happened? Just keep running. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, just keep running to make them stop you. And he did a great job answering the question. But what's your thoughts on Auburn right now? This team is not a 2-5 football team. They're not. They gave away 2 or 3 games this year.
Yeah, they're not terrible. No, they should be a lot better than 2-5. And Hugh Freeze on his SEC teleconference said, he's going to go back to, coaching kids hard and going back using that old school approach. And well, how about this? How about using the old school common sense approach when you've run it like on 8 consecutive plays and you marched it right down the field? Then why don't you keep running it?
Yeah.
When you're first and goal at the 10. And then just try to deliver the knockout blow. You're blowing them off the ball. I mean, you're gaining yards. You're up 17-6. If you keep the ball on the ground and you punch it in and you go up 24-6, no one's talking about the Missouri quarterback, trotting off to the hospital after the first series and then coming back and leading an epic comeback. No one's talking about that. It was that was embarrassing that happened. So, that they wasted an opportunity to come up with a big road win and some momentum. And now, it's they're just they're very, very shaky as they head to Lexington, and I wouldn't bet on them to win up there. I mean, to me, there's an impending when Auburn plays a football game this year. My first thought is, well, I mean, they could win if they do this and this. My first thought is, well, what's going to happen to them this week?
Right.
What crazy thing is going to happen to them this week? And I have a feeling that's kind of what the players are thinking.
Yeah. Well, let's look at Kentucky. Stoops is a really good defensive coach. They were embarrassed last week in Gainesville. They gave up 48 points. And usually when you play poorly one week on one side of the ball, the next week you play a lot better. So I think defensively they're going to play a lot better against Auburn. I'm not sure yet who I'm going to pick in this ball game. You would think sooner or later Auburn will win a football game.
Right.
So I
always said that every week this year. So.
Well, you look at Missouri. Texas A&M ran up and down the field on them. They played better against the next week against Auburn than they had against State. Of course, you're not playing A&M,
right?
But they did. Their defense looked better.
But if you look at the Oklahoma and Missouri games, there's no way Auburn shouldn't have won those games. I mean, if you just run the football against Oklahoma, you're up 11, you run the clock out. It's just bad decisions, mistakes, penalties, everything. Because Auburn looks like the better team probably in 4 of 6 of those games. I mean, it just the mistakes are just too much for them to overcome.
Yeah, I agree, and I think Freeze, as much as he wants to, talk about his guys aren't making critical plays in critical situations, he's not doing a good job coaching in critical situations.
Right.
So he can point the blame, as much blame to himself as he is on his players, his quarterback, and all the above.
Well, it's going to be interesting this week. If he's got to win this ball game. You got Vandy next, and that's no guarantee there. There'll be Vandy, then Monroe, and then A&M's got a really good ball club, and then the Iron Bowl. Now, if Alabama doesn't straighten up and do what they're capable of doing, hell, I think the Iron Bowl would be a toss-up. Who knows? I see Bama doing so many things I can't believe. I mean, this is the worst-looking Alabama team I've seen since 2007, and they've won 5 games. How can you look so good in the first against Wisconsin? They looked like a real football team. Against Georgia, the first half, they looked like a national championship football team. They interviewed Booker, and he says he truly believes they still could come back and win it all. But what do you think is happening there, really and truly? What is going on? And not just it can't be just the new coach and new things, or maybe it is. I don't know. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, I think there's some coaching decisions that come into play there too. I mean, look in the Vanderbilt game. I mean, they win that game if they don't turn it over twice. I really feel that way. As bad as their defense played, if not for the freaky, the freaky pick six, and then another turnover there. I think they win that game. And then South Carolina. I mean, they tried to give that game away. Late in the first half. With a decision to throw the pass there. So there's just been some things where you kind of shake your head at some of the coaching decisions. But look, I mean, as Derrick Henry said on the Triple Option podcast a couple of days ago, I mean, this is a team that is still a championship caliber football team. It's kind of, and the way Derrick Henry put it was, it looks like there's too much thinking going on out there. Just snap the ball and go with it.
And play.
I mean, in that first half, man, it was just like they were just doing what they were just making plays, man, and just running up and down the field. And then, the Vanderbilt game, I think, just destroyed this team's confidence. I mean, just destroyed it because they were humiliated. They started doubting themselves, and I think they've had a hard time, shaking off that loss. I mean, I really, really do. I mean, this is a game where guys go out and make plays, and then after the Georgia game, they felt like they were superhuman. But then the Vanderbilt game, all of a sudden they were human again.
Yeah.
And they've had a hard time shaking that thing off.
I went back and watched the South Carolina game. I went back and watched the Tennessee game. They had a replay the other night on it. And our defense down towards the goal line, we can't stop anything. We're not physical enough. Our inside linebackers attack high. People get up under their pads. We can't stop people from scoring down on the goal line. Just run straight at us and you'll score. And look at
I'll tell you this, though. You can't blame it. You can't blame that game on the defense because they got 3 turnovers in the first half.
No doubt.
And the offense couldn't cash in.
Yeah.
So I mean,
in the second half, they got tired. They got tired in the second half. They were out there.
But what happened to the first half offense against Georgia, where there were a lot of empty sets, a lot of Milroe running, wide. Planned, runs for him, and then all of a sudden, South Carolina, you didn't see much of that, and then you go into the next game. And we haven't seen that type of offense in 3 or 4 games, and he's struggling in the pass game. I just don't understand what they're trying to accomplish on offense.
50 pass plays called drop back passes.
Right.
45 were executed. The other 5 weren't.
To me, you run Milroe, you run your running backs, set up play action, and hit deep pass because that's what he's good at. If you're trying to run this Penix offense where he's throwing 40 intermediate passes a game, he's going to struggle. That's never been a strong suit. So I just think DeBoer's done a poor job this year, and not that he's not a good coach, of utilizing Milroe's talents.
Yeah, and being honest with you, looking at Auburn, just like Jeff pointed out, Hugh Freeze doing kind of the same things.
Yeah.
I mean, and then he gets on the quarterback. What do you think the relationship with Hugh Freeze and Thorne really is? To me, I don't think there's one there.
It's the weirdest dynamic that I've ever seen, and I think I pointed this out last week. I mean, it's like Thorne. Whenever I see Freeze and Thorne talking to each other, I see Thorne telling Freeze, "Look, man, I'm the only guy you got here."
Yeah.
I mean, you play with me. If you want to win, let me do my thing. But he's coaching Thorne up, pretty hard, and which is great. But I really think that Hugh's just not. I don't know what's going on with him. But I mean, that drive. I go back to that third quarter drive, and you got to run the football. I mean, Hunter was getting yards, Cobb was getting yards. They were doing some really cool plays with Malcolm Simmons and getting him on the edge and getting some yards there. And then first and goal at the 10, it's like Hugh looks at his call sheet. Well, I got no more run plays. I guess let's throw it. And I don't know.
Hey, I want to ask you before we get you off today. This is a huge football game Saturday night. LSU at A&M. Who you like in this one?
I think Alabama fans are rooting for LSU because I think the better LSU is and the higher ranked they are.
Yeah, that's a good
when
point.
Alabama plays them in Baton Rouge, the more quality they get for that win. I've been very impressed with LSU. I mean, I like the way Nussmeier is playing, and I think they can go in there and get the win. So I got them win. It's going to be a tight game. It's going to be a great game. There have been some great games so far in the SEC, and I think this is going to be, one of those that's going to live up to the hype.
How much time we got? Okay. Yeah, I had some other. Hey, Jeff, thank you so much for coming on, buddy. I hope you have a great weekend. I know you're working really hard. Enjoy it, and we'll talk to you next week. Oh, hey, wait a minute. I got to go to a wedding in New Orleans next week, so we will not be calling you.
Well, all right. Well, you just you be careful and, have safe travels, and I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks.
All right, buddy. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you.
All right.
Jeff Spiegel. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. As I text, what are you doing? Yeah, I don't think many of you know that I do sing at weddings. I charge a lot, and I will be singing in New Orleans, as far as you know. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. Go out there and have a great time. Every Wednesday, 10 wings aside for $9.99. But they got the 10 for 10 going on every single day. TV's everywhere. But it's the way they treat you. The customer service is outstanding there. Love the people that work down there. They love the customers. They do a great job. The food's incredible. Pat is the city commissioner of Lynn Haven. He does an incredible job. And, Pat, I hope you're feeling better, buddy. I think everything went pretty good for him. Keep him in your prayers. And we'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. We're taking the inside drive.
A man from Pontypridd Wells finds his long-lost Nokia 3310 after 22 years, and guess what? It turned on with 1 bar of battery left. If this doesn't put the power bank industry out of business, I don't know what will.
That Nokia phones, man. They were the bee's knees.
They were.
Join Ryan Mulvey.
Thank you very little.
Middays 11 to 1 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey, Gator fans, bring your family and friends to Rocket Lanes, home of the Panhandle Gator Club. While you enjoy Gator football watch parties in the sports bar with fellow Gators, your family and friends can enjoy bowling, roller skating, and the many entertaining electronic games. All Gator fans are also welcome to attend the Panhandle Gator Club meetings, 6 p.m. every second Tuesday of the month at the same location. Follow Gator gatherings all year long at panhandlegatorclub.com. Go Gators! Turf Pro Lawn and Pest Control. They take pride in caring for their customers' property by providing lawn and whole house pest control. Whether you have roaches or any other unwanted bugs in your home, Turf Pro has you covered. Or if your lawn needs weed control, fertilize, insect control, Turf Pro has you covered by providing custom treatments to meet your property's needs. No property is the same, so why should it be treated that way? Turf Pro, where the blue and yellow trucks make your lawn green. Call 850-890-5820.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Do you know who I am?
If he was the last person on Earth,
I'm kind of a big deal.
mankind would still have a chance.
We may have to repopulate the Earth.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm very important.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Oh, yeah. Woo! Thank you. Thank you.
This is a man's world.
Don't forget it.
But it wouldn't be nothing.
Listen to his voice.
Nothing.
Is he not unreal?
We got him standing at attention. It's like his national anthem here.
A woman
I love James Brown. He is
That was a great song.
Give you a little.
Yeah, because I sponsor and work with Impact Promotion. So they got a big MMA fight this weekend at Edgewater. It starts at 5 p.m. I think this is actually streamed on live, and you can actually buy a pay-per-view if you can't actually make it out to the event. But you can get your tickets at the door. But get out there. This is going to be a great fight. I know Thor's son's going to be on at Priam. I mean, there's a lot of good fights out there. So Edgewater, 5 o'clock Saturday night. If you're looking to do something fun, just get out and have some fun with the family. Go out there and check out the Beatdown at the Beach 33.
All right, I pray every single night. I'm going to ask you to go all out there, do me one favor. And everything's good, but I just want you all to pray for Ron Movie.
Yeah.
Everybody in Panhandle, Florida, let's pray for him. Just keep it that way.
Oh, yeah.
Every day until next Friday, let's pray. I pray for him every single night.
Great man, great family,
Yes.
just selfless.
Pray for him, baby. Pray for him. Everything's going to be good.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be good. Let's just keep praying for that. I love that guy. I want to do this real quick. I had this and I didn't do it the other day. This is what we're in SEC country, and this is what I think it was Saturdays Down South, they are predicting what's going to happen. They got Georgia going to the Rose Bowl playing the winner of 7 and 8 seeds. They got Ohio State, which I believe they have them at the number 1 seed. This is kind of interesting. Ohio State, it will have the pick. Do they want to go play in the Rose Bowl? Do they want to play in the Sugar Bowl? Now, you want Georgia to go travel that game. Don't give them the edge, especially if you're Texas or Georgia. Make them go out west. Don't let them come to New Orleans. And I think that's what they're thinking, because they wrote an article about this. Now, the Peach Bowl will have Miami in it. They got them winning the ACC, playing the winner 6 and 7. Ohio State goes to the Sugar Bowl, their pick. They play 8-9 winner. Then BYU in the Fiesta Bowl playing 5-12 seed winner. First round at home on December 20th or 21st, number 5 ranked Oregon versus number 12 Boise State. This is pretty thought out, I think. Number 6 Texas versus number 11 LSU at Texas. Number 7 Penn State at home versus number 10 Texas A&M. Not sure about that one. Number 8 Clemson at home versus number 9 Iowa State. That's your playoffs. That's what they have.
So they're saying they're getting 2 Big 12 teams in, BYU and Iowa State.
That's what this, yeah. Let me finish up all you SEC
God help
fans.
us.
Citrus Bowl, Tennessee versus Indiana. Quest Bowl. This is how bad. We're going to be going to Tampa. Alabama versus Illinois. Music City Bowl, Missouri versus Iowa. Las Vegas Bowl, Ole Miss versus Colorado. Texas Bowl, Arkansas versus Texas Tech. Gator Bowl, Vandy versus Pitt. Liberty Bowl, South Carolina versus TCU. I hope they're wrong on these. I'm hoping the Crimson Tide regroups. I don't think we got a shot at LSU. That's just my opinion. I'll call that today. And here are your SEC best chances to make the playoffs. The two teams will play each other. Coming at number 1, it's kind of interesting. Texas, 49%. LSU, 37%. Texas, you say why? LSU does not play Georgia.
Right.
They got Bama, and they got A&M. If they
So
get
this
through
is
those
to
two,
make the SEC championship. Okay,
game, yeah,
not the playoffs.
So those are two teams they got playing: Texas and LSU. Tennessee 35%. They got Georgia left. Georgia 32%. Georgia's got Tennessee, Ole Miss, and Florida 3. They're tougher, and AM 31%. So we will see how everything plays out. Let's y'all ready to do some picks?
Yes.
I gotta get y'all's picks. All right. The Ohio State Buckeyes, 11 o'clock Saturday at home versus Nebraska, which just got I'm gonna be honest, that shot me.
Well, Sid can coach, man. I mean, he had a plan when he came into Indiana. He brought the James Madison guys over, but the
doing a
quarterback's
great
playing.
job. He worked for Saban, by the way, too.
Yeah, he's going to get a bigger job here soon. So Indiana better hold on as long as they can. But you're talking about Ohio State. Ohio State's going to beat down Nebraska.
They're going to beat.
They're hungry after losing to Oregon, and they had 2 weeks off.
Them.
It's probably
Go Buckeyes.
Yeah.
Ohio State will kill them. All right, let's get the other one. All right. Michigan State at Michigan.
Michigan's got a lot of momentum in recruiting right now. They think they're going to flip Bryce Underwood, which is a real possibility. They're flipping the cornerback from Georgia right now. But on the field, I haven't seen anything to lead me to believe they can score and consistently. So I'm going to take Michigan State.
Yeah, me too. Take Sparty.
I keep expecting some of these teams like Michigan, Florida State to show up a week and just beat somebody down, and it just doesn't happen.
They don't have any.
They are who they are.
They're like Oklahoma. They have no offense.
Right. At some point, like you said, you are who you are. Yeah. I mean, and they are very bad on offense and at quarterback.
Illinois at Oregon. At Oregon. That trip, and I tell you what, Bielema is doing a great job. He's got them rolling now. I don't care. I don't care who they play. They play hard, but that trip, I think it's going to be closer than people think. Am I crazy?
Yeah, a little bit. Really? Just a bad matchup for Illinois. I just don't know if they can score with them, and I don't think they can slow Oregon down.
I don't think they can, but it'll be competitive for a while. Because Illinois
you don't think they can keep the ball away from them enough?
No.
All right. So everybody's got
Oregon.
Yeah, okay. I got Oregon.
It'll be close. It'll be like a 35-14, 35-21, something like that.
Okay. All right. FSU at Miami. Do they cover 21?
You.
Yeah. Everybody's
not even close.
Yeah, it's just a bad matchup again for Florida State.
Now this is what Jeremy Pridgeett said. This is the week. He does it every single year. Franklin does it every year. They got a shot. They win this one, and they only lose to Ohio State, they're in. Penn State's got a chance to do something special this year. Do they screw it up Saturday at Wisconsin? The game, Penn State at Wisconsin. They got Ohio State the next week.
Right.
And they just played USC. This is a trap game now. What's going to happen? Talk to me.
I mean, I agree with what they're saying and the logic, but I think Penn State's got too much for Wisconsin. I'm going to go Penn State.
I think this is going to be an extremely competitive game. I think it's going to be a one-score game. It's the old adage: who's going to turn the ball over, who's going to make the most mistakes. I got to ride with Penn State. I think, like Jim's saying, they're a little bit better in all areas, but you got to be nervous when Franklin's in a big game because there's just some things he does that make you scratch your head and go, why did he do that? So, and I think Wisconsin's coming on. I think they're hitting their stride, but they're still playing with their backup quarterback, I believe. Right. And, I think Penn State is a little bit better on offense this year and years past. I'm going to go with Penn State.
This is a game they've got to win. They got Ohio State at home. They got Washington at home. Purdue away, Minnesota away, Maryland home. They win this game, they're in the playoffs.
Because even if they lose to Ohio State, they're probably not going to get blown out at home. But they can.
Well, they only have one loss, right? So they're in. I think they might get in with two. I got Penn State. All right, let's jump into the SEC. Where we're at. All right, Arkansas at Mississippi State. Mississippi State's actually playing better. You got Arkansas.
It's at Mississippi State?
At Mississippi State. They're playing better.
I'm going to take a flyer on Mississippi State. I actually like what I saw from them last week.
Mississippi State?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Arkansas. But they are, got to keep your eye on that one. Texas at Vandy. Does Vandy have the magic to eat the clock up? Texas on the road, small stadium. The environment's totally different. They could be sleepwalking.
Emotional game.
You know, I watched Texas against Michigan, and I watched Texas against whoever they just played. Georgia. Ewers is still hurt.
Oh, yeah.
If he's healthy, Texas will beat them bad.
You know, he didn't show up to an interview.
But he's still hurt. Right. He didn't look like the same guy.
Something happened, and people, and you don't know it maybe had something else come up, but you just don't miss those scheduled things with media. And they were talking, he missed it, and this could be a lie. Of course, I don't know if it's true or not. Was he PO'd? Did they put Manning in and then put him back in? Who knows, man? You know, these egos.
You don't know.
Sark actually said something at halftime of that game and said, I think yours might be a little peed at me. And I thought, I took a step back at that. And I was like, why would you comment on that?
There's the reason he didn't show up for the meeting. There might be some issues there.
But I do think Texas is just too much. I think this is going to be a great game.
I'm still going to take Texas.
Yeah, it's hard to get up emotionally for games like Georgia and then come back again and get up for Vanderbilt. And Vanderbilt's one of those sneaky teams that can score with that quarterback. So I do think this is going to be a closer game than people expect, but Texas just got too much.
And don't think I'm crazy, because I know you're going to get thinking, you're out of your mind. If they make a decision at Vandy to have a good football team, they can do it. They got money. They got alumni, big money.
All those smart people make a lot of money when they go out in the real world.
If they wanted to get together and have a huge NIL, they could get players.
Yeah.
They put money in the stadium. It's going to be nicer. I'm not talking Ohio State, Georgia, or something like that. I'm just saying a good football team like they have right now. All right. I'm going to save that one for last. Ole Miss. Oklahoma's at Ole Miss. Does Lane just light it up to try to get some more spotlight to get some quality points?
Yes. Oklahoma has no shot there. They have no offense. They can't score at all.
This one, I don't know. I keep going back and forth. Auburn at Kentucky. They can't keep losing these games. Sooner or later, they're going to put it together. You would
say
think.
the same thing about Kentucky, too.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Kentucky because they're at home. It's going to be close.
The only thing that's keeping me from picking Kentucky is that Florida game. I mean, it wasn't even
48
close.
points.
It was total domination.
Think about it. If you're a coach, you're a defensive guy. He takes a lot of pride in defense, and you look that bad, he's working the hell out of them this week.
You would think.
I think Auburn's looked like the better team the last 3-4 weeks, and they've lost every game. I'm going to go with Auburn because I'm like you. They got to finish at some point, and they got to clean up the mistakes. And if they do that, I think they're a better team than Kentucky, especially after watching the Florida game. But, man, you can flip a coin on this one. And
I'm with you. You can't keep screwing up this bad. Auburn's got play. Right now, they should have never lost to Cal. They gave that game away. They gave away Oklahoma. Arkansas, they had a shot. And they should have beat Missouri.
Actually, where's Peyton Thorne running the football? I remember last year some of the best games.
They don't run.
He had over 100 yards against Georgia. Yeah. I mean, that kept them in the game last year.
I don't know.
I mean, it's just a strange.
Well, at least they're running Hunter now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Auburn. I don't feel good about it at all, but I'm going to stick with Auburn.
That's one of those games. It could be a blowout one way. It could be a blowout the other way. It could be close. It could be close. You just have no idea what's going to happen with those two teams. They're so inconsistent.
Missouri. We got to take a break. Let's take this break. Max Fitness Nutrition. You look better, feel better. Jason, how can they get up with you? What do they got to do?
I'll be on 23rd Street today, so if you want to come in, do your InBody, try out some free products, pre-workouts, amino acids, intra-workout products, we have a free sample bar, so come down and try some out. And we're in Pier Park North next to Dick's Sporting Goods. And we have our InBody 570. I've had a lot of high school kids coming in, tracking their skeletal muscle, tracking their body fat. That way we can keep them on the right amount of food. So send your kid in, get that InBody done, try some free products, and we're at both locations.
Get out and see Liz Hunt, 24/7 fitness, Anytime Fitness in Callaway, Anytime Fitness in Callaway, run by a veteran. For that reason alone, we should all go join it. Go get in the weight room. They'll train you up. You can do it by yourself, or they can train you. Then head down to Max Fit Sports Nutrition. I guarantee you.
And you get a 2-week pass for them if you come down to Max Fit on 23rd Street. I got free passes for them. You can try it out for 2 weeks.
Tell them you heard it right here on our show.
Absolutely.
Also, I love Russ, Amber. Great job down there, David Adams. And they do an incredible job. If you want jewelry, there's only one place to go. That is to go see Russ and go see Amber. Patrick does a great job with Turpo Pest Control every Monday, 8:30, right here with us. Taco Bell, Paparazzi Pizza. Dr. Ward, 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. If it doesn't look right, feel right, go see Dr. Ward. Don't put it off. Offices throughout Northwest Florida. It's Bike Week. Get to Newbies. Have a great time. They got a huge tent set up for you. They got all kind of merchandise, music, food, everything. The mothership, Newbies, bikers, get down there. El Rodeo, Tequila Bar and Grill. that Cajun place. We'll be there at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning watching the football games. Come join us. We're going to head back there Saturday night, watch LSU play Texas A&M in a huge football game. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. Dr. Chad Mitchell, 25 years on Bay County sidelines. I tell you what, that's a good look. That's a good man right there. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Colin Cowherd.
So the Denver Broncos hammered the Saints in New Orleans 33-10. It didn't even feel that close. So when you go on the road like the Broncos did, on a short week with a rookie quarterback that didn't play well and win by 3 touchdowns, that's coaching.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays, ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Friday's weather. This afternoon and evening there will be a light breeze out of the south-southwest, sunshine and 83. Mostly clear skies tonight, a little cooler at 68 and a wind at 2 miles per hour coming out of the northwest. Tomorrow, sunny and a light breeze right around 5 miles per hour with a high of 83. About the same at 84 Sunday, and we'll have sunshine. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you tired of hearing 2 weeks when you call to get your boat worked on? Hey folks, it's Chris Kramer with Kramer Marine and Outdoor, and we'll get you in and back out on the water as quick as possible. We're a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer and Suzuki outboard dealer, and we have master-trained certified mechanics on site. So if it's just an annual service, electronics install, trolling motor install, or all the way up to a full repower, we can take care of you. So stop by and see us in the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM. Or call us at 850-851-0453.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose? We can typically replace them while you wait. Hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? In many cases, we can have it back to you the next day. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, just south of Tractor Supply. The best place in town to take a leak.
Want to know the inside scoop on your favorite teams? From the gridiron to the hardwood to the diamond. For comprehensive sports coverage, it's ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
Those chinks in the armor, it goes down real fast.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. All right, let's get into the picks. Missouri at Alabama. You go by the computers. They play all these games. Alabama has an 82% chance to win. First time. Well, Missouri quarterback's not supposed to play. Questionable. The running back's not going to play. That should help big time. Vegas went from 13 to 17 points. Like you said, they must know something. Jim, what happens? Does Bama show up and play football or what?
Bama's going to dog walk them.
I think so,
Homecoming for Bama, you got Alabama. Jim's got Alabama. Who you got?
I got Alabama, too. I think this is going to look like the A&M game for Missouri's defense.
Yeah, Mariah and a bunch of her friends are going up to watch the game. I hope they have a great time.
Yeah.
All right, the big one, LSU at Texas A&M. If you're a elite coach, you get it done within 3 years. Is Brian Kelly an elite coach? Who's the coach at A&M? I forgot. He came from Duke.
Mike Elko.
Mike Elko doing a great job at Texas A&M. They're playing well. I think their defensive front's the best in the country, A&M. Who do you like, Jim?
I'm going to go with A&M because they're at home. Going to have the crowd's going to be crazy. I think it's going to be a close game. Like you say, we'll see if Brian, Kelly beat Alabama, going for the win, the last play.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be real close, but I'm going to go A&M.
Who you got?
Man, I've been struggling with this one because A&M is at home. I think LSU has a little bit more talent, but, being at home is a big factor, especially in a night game like that. Give me LSU. I just have a gut feeling that their offense is going to carry the day. But, A&M's defensive front, like you said, might be the best in the country. So this is going to be a heavyweight.
I think Jim's going to kick our butt. The only reason I'm picking LSU, I want them to win. Like Jeff said, if they win, they're ranked higher. If we luck up and can somehow beat them, it helps us. But I think A&M's front's really good. They're hard to beat at home. And LSU defense has gotten better. I'm going to go LSU.
It's gotten a lot better considering where they started the year. I mean,
right.
The funny thing is, I think after Perkins went out, their defense got better. And that's doesn't make any sense because he was their best defender, but I think he was playing out of position like we've talked about a lot.
Give me a yes or no on these questions. Just simple yes or no. Georgia is the power of the SEC.
Yes.
Yes.
Oklahoma not ready for the SEC.
Yes.
Yes.
South Carolina's getting better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Florida is young but getting better.
Yes.
Yeah,
simple question. Missouri is a physical football team.
No.
I agree. Tennessee needs to get more consistent in the offense.
Yes.
They need better.
These are easy questions.
Easy questions.
They need more consistency from the quarterback.
Yeah, these are easy. Texas A&M, a lot better. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Kentucky, not that good. Sorry, this is just from somebody's. Kentucky's not that good.
No. Yes, they're
Correct.
not
Yes,
good.
correct.
Texas quarterback should just play one. They're going to cause. They're going to cause issues. I think they already have.
I think they got to give Manning a shot because, I mean, I think it looks like...
So you say no, you say yes, I'm with you. I say you got to make a choice and play. You got a problem
Whoever
now.
it is, play
You
him.
play him.
I just think yours is hurt. Now, if he's not hurt...
he's hurt.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Then I go with yours.
He just doesn't look the same at all.
If you watch the Michigan game, that was a phenomenal quarterback performance. I mean, he was moving within the pocket, hitting accurate receivers, and he was under a little bit of pressure.
Not so much anymore.
Not anymore. It looks like he's a little bit timid of getting hit again.
Danny Cannell's top 12.
Yes. I mean, no.
He's an idiot.
Number 1, Oregon.
Number 1, Army. Number 2, BYU. Number 3, Indiana.
Number 2, Penn State.
No.
Number 3, Miami.
No, definitely not.
You're gonna freak out on this one. Number 4, Indiana.
Keep going. All right.
Number 5, Georgia.
So let's just
number 6
take that into account.
Number 6, Ohio State. Number 7, Clemson. Number 8, Iowa State. Number 1, BYU. 10, Pitt. 11, Texas. 12, SMU.
Anybody that thinks Indiana would beat Georgia on a neutral field should not be paid to analyze college football. I mean, that's just the most ridiculous take I've ever heard.
All right.
And I'm a big fan of Indiana and their coach. Don't get me wrong.
Tell me who these two coaches are. One is 25-14 overall record. He's coaching a top 10 team. The other's record is 26-10. 26-10. One's 25-14. He's coaching a top 10 team. The other one's 26-10. Conference record, whatever conference they were in, 17-10. The other coach is 17-8. Top 10 wins. One coach has one top 10 win. The other one has 2. Bowl wins, 0 for one, 3 for the other. New Year's 6 wins. One has 0, one has 1. One's fired, not coaching any longer. The other one's the head coach of where?
Alabama.
I'm going to say...
Who didn't have to worry about money the rest of his life?
Jimbo Fisher.
Jimbo Fisher and Stark at Texas.
Okay.
I did not know this. Stark is 25-14 overall. Jimbo at Texas A&M was 26-10.
Stark's overall record is like a 500 as a coach. I mean,
he's making what, $10 million, $9.9 million a year.
I will say this about him. I think that team is really good, and watching them in the second half, I think they have a very young defense, but I think their defense kind of took a step in that second half. It's kind of like when I was watching Georgia Alabama. I felt really good about Georgia after the game. I do feel still really good about Texas after that game. I think they deserve to be on the field. I think they're make some adjustments, get a little bit better at quarterback, which they can. I think they're right there.
All right, I only got 2 minutes. I'm going to go quick. I don't care if we get in or not. This is the SEC coaches on the hot seat. Oklahoma's head football coach. You got to win at Oklahoma. He's definitely on the hot seat.
Oh, for sure.
Arkansas, Sam Pittman, definitely on the hot seat. Heating up, Auburn, Hugh Freeze is 2-5. He's on the hot. He ain't heating up. It's hot.
They start losing recruits. It's going to get real hot.
Yeah, you got to win at Auburn. Holding steady, Billy Napier at Florida. If he beats Georgia, who knows? I think he's dead man walking.
I think he's gone.
Yeah. Cooling off. Lebby at Mississippi State. You pointed out he's doing better. South Carolina's coach doing better. Missouri coach done a pretty good job. Coach Lee's doing a really good job at Vandy. Time to start talking about it. Alabama, DeBoer.
No, not even close.
Kentucky at Stoops. Time to talk about it.
No.
You got to understand
They're
what
never
Kentucky
gonna play
is.
with Stoops.
Yeah, and
They get their
they're a
7-8
basketball
wins
school.
every year. They're
Right.
happy.
Yeah.
When's basketball start?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, good.
No.
Good.
No, I don't think he should be up for some of these other jobs like, Alabama, Florida State, but, Kentucky's Kentucky. They're happy with 7-8 wins a year.
All right, guys. We hope you guys all have a great weekend. Be careful with the bike weeks going on. Get down to Newbies. Have a great time. Come join us tomorrow at 11 o'clock at that Cajun place. We're going to watch Ohio State, Nebraska, Oklahoma at Ole Miss. And then at night, we're going to go back and watch LSU play Texas A&M. You guys have a great weekend. Jason, real quick, Max Fit Sports Nutrition.
Yeah, we got be on 23rd Street today in the Del Coronado Village and Pier Park North next to Dick's Sporting Goods. And tomorrow we will be at Fitness Junkies Customers Appreciation Day from 8 to 12. So come out and check out the booth. Free samples. So come say hey.
Jim, you want to talk about your export business you got going on?
I got my headphones off. I can't hear you.
You don't want to hear us say
Good. I got to go.
All right. Hey, you guys have a great weekend. We're out. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Listen tomorrow. I'll try to get Coach Brown to say something to make you guys mad. Good morning.
Give you a holler, make sure that they had you off suicide alert.
Then I forget.
We don't know. We're making it up.
Yeah.